Well, everybody, welcome to a live Bike Lab weekend update. The deal of the day, you're really going to find it here on the Bike Lab Daily Update. Well, everybody, welcome to a live Bike Lab weekend update. We're going to start doing these probably once a month with people who are leading things in the Oklahoma cycling community. Different topics around cycling, fitness, the culture. We may have people doing coffee up here. We may have Andy Chastain fixing a meal for us. We'll figure some things out. But today we're talking about Tour de Dort 2018. We have Corey and Des White here, and they are the leaders of that whole series. And so we want to talk with them about what we have, the details in store for the series, any changes, new courses, all those sorts of things. If you're watching on Facebook Live right now and you have any questions as things go along, we are keeping track of it. So just put your questions in the chat and we'll see them, and we can definitely ask them as we go. So first of all, I just assume that everyone's going to know who Corey and Des are, and they may not. So Corey, how long have you been riding mountain bikes here in Oklahoma?
I started in '99, so I guess that's sneaking up on 18 and a half, 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was a basketball player, and
Oh, really?
body decided that I needed to change that, and I saw some guys riding mountain bikes, hit them up. Bought my first bike 2 weeks later, and rest is history. Been doing it since then.
What was your what's the first bike race or event that you remember, and what was that like? What was that first experience like?
It was it was kind of surreal. It was a little scary because I had no clue what I was doing. I knew that I could ride the bike, but I had no idea how to race because I'd never actually raced a bike before.
Yeah.
It was High Point Ranch in Ada in 1999. And one of our current riders, Mitch Hale, was the promoter of that event. So hopefully he's out there listening and gets the plug. So
Nice.
Yeah, so it was great. And I actually did pretty well, which was kind of scary because I think that was probably the only race that I did well in for 5 years.
This is the first one hooked you.
It was the first one, and I did, I think I got on the podium, and I don't think I sniffed the podium for like another 3 years.
Well, I think a lot of guys, like golf is the same way. You get one birdie, and it'll keep you hooked to playing for a whole another year, or hole in one.
It did. It sucked me in, yeah. So.
Well, and Des, what got you into cycling, specifically off-road, mountain biking, everything else? We talked about this the other day. We actually rehearsed a little bit.
Yes.
So what was the first event that you did mountain biking?
Okay. I was teaching aerobics at International Fitness Center. And so if anybody remembers International Fitness Center back in 1988, I suckered into...
Just out of high school.
Yes. I have to put a plug in to Don Garrett from DG Road Racing because Don Garrett was in one of my aerobics classes, and he talked me into buying a bike.
Nice.
So I started riding a bike, and then my first actual mountain bike race was actually 12 Miles of Hell down in Lawton, if you remember that one.
Which I've heard what was the notorious area that everybody crashed in?
It was called the Kelvinator.
The Kelvinator. So why did it have that name? Like what was going on there?
It was a very fast downhill section, rocky downhill, and then you had to make a sharp left turn, and if you didn't make your sharp left turn, you actually went over a cliff.
It sounds like a typical mountain bike race. It sounds a little like a couple sections of St. Crispin's that I go down. Like that real narrow section, if I don't make this just right, I'm rolling for a while.
Yeah.
Well, with the Tour de Dort series, how many years have you been leading that now, Corey?
This was my third full year. Really, we've been kind of doing it for about 4 years, though, because the year before that, we kind of took over that leadership role, even though we really were not the leaders. So 3 to 4 years. And
well, in the last 3 years, as you've seen mountain bike racing in Oklahoma, what are the trends that you see? How is the series doing? How are we getting more people out riding? Like, what are you seeing that's improving with the series?
It varies, because we race in all states. We have a pretty good scene here. I mean, I think our numbers increased last year, but I think there's always going to be, I guess, a vacuum because there's a lot of people that just simply don't like to race. They love riding their bike,
right?
But racing freaks them out. We try to coax some of those folks in. And some of them come in and stay and like it and realize that the scene that we have is just really cool. It's a cool environment. Even if you don't like racing, it's just so much fun to come hang out.
It's kind of like a little, it's like a festival of friends, right?
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, and kind of it's part of what we do with our team. I mean, I just have this philosophy that, we want to be good. We want to win. We want to go fast.
Right.
But we're going to have a damn good time doing it.
Absolutely.
And if you're not having a damn good time doing it, then it's not worth doing.
Right. Right.
Go find something else. And I think that we achieve that, and I hope that we can bring that to everybody that comes to our events throughout the year.
Well, when someone was thinking about getting started in Tour de Dirt Series, do you guys do anything to kind of help people get that first race under their belt? I know you did some things last year to help with that as well. What do you have in store for 2018?
We don't have any direct plan. I have a lot of little ideas floating around, but a lot of that depends on sponsorship money.
Oh, yeah.
And sponsors. But, for the most part, it's just about providing information. I think that, what we run into is people that are new and that are thinking about it, the not knowing, they're afraid to come out. They don't know where to go. They don't, or where do we sign up?
Yeah.
What's this tent over here? What's this form? What is USAC?
Right.
And so I think a lot of it is just providing information. And so usually what we do is, I just take it upon myself personally, and a lot of people in our community do. So as soon as someone posts something on Facebook or social media, they have a question, hey, I'm not sure. We
jump right in.
We jump right in.
Yeah.
Make a personal contact and say, hey, I'm the tall guy with the beard. Come find me. I will.
Yeah, you're an easy landmark.
I will walk. I will walk you through the registration process.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Make it happen.
And make it happen. So
you mentioned sponsorship, and the Tour de Dirt as a series has sponsorship every year. Right here on the edited video, when we post this tomorrow, we're going to put a link. What would be the best place for them to go? If someone's interested in sponsoring the Tour de Dirt, where could they go?
You can find everything that you want on our website. It's just oktdd.org. We have a few links at the top. One of them is a promoter link, and one of them is sponsor link. So if you're a promoter and you're promoting an event, there's information for you. If you're a sponsor and you're interested, there are you can right now currently see our last year's sponsors. We have links up to all of them. We'll eventually remove those and put our new sponsors up. And at the bottom of the page, there are forms that you can fill out and information that you can see for all the different sponsorship tiers that you can be involved in. And obviously, if you have questions, just message me personally or Desiree personally, and we'll take care of you.
And sponsoring the series is nice because it's not just one event. You have a presence at all the events you guys are doing.
That's correct.
For the full year, you're getting an exposure. So if you're looking to sponsor an event or a series, I would always lean with the series because then you're getting a chance to connect with everything that's going on out there.
You're looking at 10 events. You're looking from February through September. And a lot of times we haul our stuff to just random events that we go to, so sometimes you get bonus stuff.
Bonus promotion.
Right, just because we're out there. So,
well, what do we have on the schedule this year? Des, we were talking about there's a new trail, a new course this year. What is the new course this year, and what's been some of the story behind that getting spun up?
The new trail is actually in Claremore. Is it called Claremore Lake?
Yep.
Yeah. And is it Rory that puts it on? Rory?
It's going to be Fat Tire.
Yeah, through Fat Tire in Tulsa is the promoter.
Rory Peterson is the trail boss. And
so it's OEF.
It's through OEF, and when he first started the trail, it's not even been 6 months that this gentleman and the big crew at Fat Tire have spent so much time to get a 10-mile loop in now.
10 miles.
10-mile.
That's the same as Draper. So that's a lot of trail work in 6 months.
They've done a fantastic job every weekend.
It was not there at Thanksgiving.
No.
Wow.
How many miles did we do in Thanksgiving? Was it even 6?
It was a lot of out and back, and so they've turned this thing into a race loop in a very short time.
Wow, that's incredible. So when is the Claremore race happening this year?
Claremore is going to be the 1, 2, 3. That's going to be our third stop. It will be on 3/11, March 11th.
March 11th.
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, Corey, kind of walk through. I would love for you to just kind of go through the courses in the calendar.
Okay. Sure.
Just kind of telling everybody, like, not only the race, but also a little shout out to the promoters because those events don't happen without a lot of work from people.
Sure. First thing, one of the changes that we decided to make last year, a lot of people have always, probably 5 years ago, things started changing. Road season is huge. Mountain bike season stayed the same. Cross season is huge.
Yeah.
There's overlap everywhere.
Yeah.
And mountain bike season, and it seems like a lot of the mountain bike people still want to conflict with cross. And I just said, screw it, I'm not going to do that anymore. We like cross. Cross is big.
Yeah.
It's big now, and we can't fight with that.
Not going to overlap it.
So we changed the way that we do our season. It was very difficult because we compressed our season.
Yeah.
We normally went through November, and we decided to stop in September because cross pretty much starts first weekend of October.
And June, July, August are so hot, it's hard to have a race. So I think, isn't May usually the last month you have the spring schedule?
That is correct. And we did do one in the summer this year, and we survived it, but it was not pleasant.
Right, yeah. so September ends up being where you kind of pile in usually 2 to 4 more races.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, we're looking at, so we're basically looking at February to September.
Okay.
And we're kicking it off with Turkey Mountain. Next
I've already
weekend.
seen a lot of pre-rides for that. Ray Hall's been out there doing a lot of work on that.
Man, Ray has done phenomenal job and phenomenal work. I mean, he's developed a trail out there that a lot of people have been giving us a hard time about having a really rocky season.
Yeah.
And technical, tough courses, but I think it's going to be okay.
That's why there's a suspension fork on there.
Well, for some of you guys. But he's developed a really great course. They've got a Cat 3 course that is great and totally doable. And then they've got the Cat 1 course is not, it's a good mixture.
Yeah. And Ray, when he runs his race, he's always raising money for Burn Camp, right? So we're going to put a link to that down here too. It's a fantastic thing.
It's an unbelievable thing, yes. And I wouldn't even do it justice to try to describe it.
Right.
But, just go out and listen to. If you can go out and listen to Ray talk about Burn Camp and just feel the emotion that comes through when he talks about it, how good this is.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's an amazing cause, and props to them.
And we'll put that on the edited video. We'll have the link below. We'll tag Ray in it so you can actually connect with him if you want. And we'll have some links down here to help out.
Beautiful.
May I add something about that?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I saw a post on Facebook that one of the Burn Camp trailers was stolen.
Yeah.
And if you are listening right now and you know anything about that, I'm just kind of curious if you can post and let us know if that trailer has been found or if anything's been done for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, we kick it off with Turkey
Mountain. And that's an Omnium as well, so it's got some different events going on.
2-day event. We'll be doing a TT, a time trial, and we'll be doing a short track on Saturday, and then we'll kick it off with the main gig on Sunday.
Okay.
So, then we roll into March 3-4, Sooner Stampede.
Okay.
Sooner Stampede is...
it's a staple.
It is.
It's a staple. And they have done so much trail work out there. The 665 race was so well done.
And the team warm up guys, man, you just gotta love these guys.
Team warm up cycling team. Remember that.
Yeah, it's team warm up cycling team.
Yeah.
That's
you gotta say it twice.
Yes, you gotta say it twice.
You gotta say it twice. It's kind of like Austin Powers. Allow myself to introduce myself.
They do a phenomenal job, and I think they've even got a new course this year. I've not looked at the maps, but I know they've got new courses.
And that's a good beginner one too. If you are a little intimidated by some of the rocks, Sooner Stampede is a great one to go out to.
And they're our biggest race every year.
Yeah.
They're consistently over 200 racers every time. So, yep. We roll straight into that. 3/11, March 11, Fat Tire, Claremore. We've already talked about that. So this is a new venue, new course, never been in the series. So we're looking forward how that plays
Definitely need to get out there and pre-ride that one.
Yeah, for sure. Got a neat venue set up. So just a matter of seeing how they pull it off. I think they'll do great. It's going to be a fun gig. So moving into 4/8, April, we're looking at Fool's Dozen. So a little trip over to Medicine Park to hit up our Lawton boys.
Derailers beware.
There you go. Yeah. It's they have 2 courses. They have a Cat 3 course and they have a Cat 1-2 course. So it's hard. It's fun.
There's only one way to get better at mountain biking.
There you go.
It's to ride harder stuff.
Got to go do it. Got to go do it. We followed that up with Boulder Bash. Roy Pemberton and the boys down at Ponca.
Yeah.
I really like that course. They've really developed it. Apparently, they've been doing some work. They even they have another section that I've not been on yet. So now I'm not sure what their mileage is, but I think they've got about 8-9 miles at this point.
That's fantastic.
So good stuff. Going into April 22nd, we're rolling into a new but not new venue, Lake Keystone. So Lake Keystone is back. They took a little break, and we've got the Air Assurance guys.
Oh, wow.
No, is it Air Assurance?
Air Assurance? I don't know.
No. Is that right?
I believe so.
Is it Bobby? It's Bobby Reese.
What team are you on, Bobby?
Is it TLC?
What team was Bobby on?
Uh-oh.
Let us know, Facebook
Maybe
Live.
it's TLC, right?
Transition, yeah. It might be like
I don't know. I get that screwed up. Those dang Tulsa guys, anyway.
anyone from Tulsa will pipe in on the Facebook Live and let us know.
Help us out here. We haven't got that
There you go.
fee yet. So.
Huh?
Oh, yeah,
TLC.
that's right. We don't have
Nice,
the
thank
promoter
you, guys.
fee, so we don't have that form.
Brian Mackey. What's up, Mackey?
It's TLC, I think, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
it is.
Mackie, what's going on? You should be riding your bike and not watching us on Facebook Live.
Well, maybe he got the ride already done.
Oh, he's
right?
already done, right?
Like I did.
So looking forward to Keystone. A lot of
ride.
people, talk about that course and they're afraid of it. Man, I love that course.
Yeah.
It is not as hard as everybody says.
Yeah.
It has some rocky sections, but it has some really super fun sections. I'm glad to have it back, and I'm glad it's not whenever it was before, which was like in May, and it was hotter than Hades. Thought we were going to die that year.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is April's going to be good, I think. Rolling on into our last race of the first half of the season is 520 out back at Post Oak.
Okay.
Same course, great course, but we have a new promoter. Our off-camber boys with Chris Rogers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wheeler Dealer.
Fantastic.
We had since Fat Tire moved over to Claremore, we had an open spot with no promoter.
So they stepped in to help out.
They stepped in.
That's
and,
incredible.
They're going to promote that.
Kudos to the off-camber guys for jumping in.
That's right. We have a little break over the summer, do a little road race and a little recovery, and come do the roadie thing with some of you guys.
Maybe, yeah.
And then we kick it off with our last 3 races of the season. We jump over to Kansas, hit Ark City, Kansas, Tour de Lizard.
And that's the only out-of-state race. Just out-of-state race we do.
Yeah, it's just barely across the border. We've been doing this race, off and on for, it's been in the series.
For a long time.
Yeah, 10, 12 plus years. Then we move on over to 9/9, September 9th, Blackwell. Carl Blackwell, Stillwater. It's a fun course.
It was a fun place to camp out at the night before, too.
That-
I heard. Nolan.
That was a blast, and I have... Yeah, that was a great time, wasn't it, Nolan?
Painful. Racing's painful, and sometimes you just got to increase.
Christening of the trailer.
That's right, it was. It was the christening of the RV. Yeah, they're going to have a great plan. So they will have a Saturday. We'll pre-ride, camping, and they'll have some kegs flowing and some music going. So that is a good time to go hang out, be with your friends, get a little pre-ride in, and then get up and race the next day. And that's the plan. And Stillwater's, that's going to happen at Lake Carl Blackwell. Then we come to our final race of the season at St. Crispin's. They got the nod last year to do our final race of the season, and they pulled it off well. Great venue. That's one.
Like one in Team Phoenix again. We'll
yeah.
probably
That is
be
right.
taking that race again.
That
Very
is
cool. So
right.
that's Kevin Caldwell and that whole group of people.
Kevin Caldwell and Tommy, and
Yeah.
and along with help from Joanne and Mike Roberts who run that place, and transitions are going on like crazy.
It's been really fun to see how popular that trail has gotten, especially because it sheds water so quick. So when we get a lot of rain through the spring and everyone just wants a place to ride, you go out there on Saturday or Sunday, and the whole community's out there. It's like there's a race going on.
It's the go-to place.
It's the go-to place when we got too much rain.
It's the place that holds up to all of that. So yeah. So that's our season. We finish up, 9/22. Gives us a week off before we
Jump into cross.
go do
Cross and Hera.
Yeah, go do Bike Lab Cross and Hera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to ask also. So I'm sure on Facebook Live right now we have plenty of people who are just in the community already. But for the recorded video, registering for a Tour de Dirt race is different than signing up for like a crit race or anything else in a couple of ways because there's the nameplates and all that. Des, would you mind walking through if I'm brand new to coming to a Tour de Dirt race? What are the steps I need to be prepared for?
Okay. The first thing you have to have before you even register for a race is you need to get a Tour de Dirt plate. And our plates are, they're laminated plates that you use for the entire season. So once you get a plate, then you're registered in the Tour de Dirt, and then you can go over and register for your race. So you actually have to fill out 2 forms at the first race you do to get your plate. Get your plate, and then go over and register for your race. Then for the remainder of the season, then all you'll need to do is just go register. But we always encourage, if you can, to pre-register, because if you pre-register online, even though there may be a small service fee, what you are saving is a lot of time at registration, and it also helps promoters if you'll go ahead and pre-register if you can. And we're trying to we're talking to our promoters to make sure that they try to keep registration open as close to as long as they can. But, with the way the weather is, things always change. So we try to do it as long as we can.
What's nice, just from an event side, USA Cycling kind of has a guarantee now for promoters that if you sign up and you want to get a refund for that, USA Cycling kind of guarantees those registration fees a lot of times.
I have seen that,
so there's a fear with signing up with mountain biking because you're afraid it might rain or it might get rescheduled. You're not sure if you can do it. But it does help the promoters out a ton. And it saves you a ton of time at a race if you're going to pre-register that way.
So just one little food for thought there. We have had one race in my memory, actually 2 races in my entire racing that we have not actually been able to hold.
So they always find a date.
The rest of them have always been rescheduled.
Yeah.
So as far back as I can think, I can only think of 2 events that we have literally not been able to hold. So you pre-register, we're going to reschedule, and you're most likely going to ride.
And if you're brand new, the reason for that is, OEF does an incredible job. People in the state do an incredible job just maintaining and building our trails. And if we go out there and ride when it's super muddy, we destroy it. So the promoters are never going to have a race on a trail that's going to destroy it. They always make that call. We have a lot of rain in the spring, so you may see some shuffling around of different dates. But it's always for the care of the trail, and they'll always find a time to get back out there. So.
And can I talk about the USAC licenses?
Yeah.
A lot of people go ahead and purchase a USAC license for the entire year. If you don't purchase a USAC license, then you wind up paying a $10 insurance policy basically for every race you do. So that's in addition to your entry fee. You have to pay that extra $10. So if you want to register on USA Cycling, you can actually get a license, a 1-year license.
And when we say USAC license, it's usacycling.org, and it's not like a driver's license. It's not a performance review. It's really just to cover your liability at the event. So the promoters actually get insurance to run the events, which is required anywhere they would be. So your license really is just your coverage. There's actually some nice health care benefits and stuff with it as well.
Yes.
So if you're out mountain biking and you're racing a mountain bike, a little extra health insurance never hurt anybody.
Absolutely, yes. And then there's a lot of things on USA Cycling that you can go to their page, and if you're a member, you get discounts on bike flights if you're shipping your bike, travel. There's a lot of different things that you get. So there's some perks to joining USA Cycling.
Cool. Well, Corey and Des, thanks so much for coming and doing this weekend update. Facebook Live, thanks for hanging out with us. Have we had any, I don't think we've had any questions come through. We've just been kind of walking through them. But we'll go ahead and, again, we'll put the links down here to get you to the Tour de Dirt page. Anything else we talked about, we'll have set up in here. And I think it's going to be an incredible season this year. You guys are really doing a good job getting promoters connected and having some great races and a diversity of venues out there to go and connect with. So anything else that you had some notes, I don't know.
Add the 60 plus and the women. I'd like to talk about those women too.
Yeah, any unfinished business I didn't get to that you guys.
We'll just talk about just a few rule changes. We honestly, you guys see on Facebook, if you're following Facebook, I get requests a lot to make a lot of changes. We don't take that lightly, and I don't like to make changes without data and without a test situation. But we do make some changes in a test situation, and if they don't work, I change them back.
Yeah.
I'm not hard-headed. So some of the changes that we made, I'll talk about one, and then I'll let Des talk about the other. We're running this one as a test. We have a 60-plus open category that allows for our 60-plus riders that are in any category 1, 2, or 3 to race. Male, I guess it's just male, right?
It's open.
It's open. So
there was a lady that used to ride.
So I guess it could be women, but that is normally a Cat 2 distance, which is our Cat 2 distance, which is our middle distance. And we've kind of had a dynamic change over the past 2 or 3 years in that we have a whole bunch of gentlemen that are reaching their 65 plus, their 70 plus, and we think that we could draw those guys out and ride if it was a shorter distance. So we have moved this to a Cat 3 distance
Okay.
in a test situation. Now, if it doesn't play out and we don't have numbers, then we'll move it back to 2. So it's just a test. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if we draw some of these riders out that are older, because we seem to have more in that age frame.
Yeah.
So that we're going to try that. Another change we'll let Des talk about is our women's unified start.
We did when we go to the Arkansas races, we noticed that there was always a unified start with the Cat 1 women and the Cat 2 women, and they start together. And what's an incentive is that it's an open payout. So the top 3 women, whether you're a Cat 1 or a Category 2 lady, you actually podium in the top 3 and you get money. So we decided to do that this year to see if we can maybe increase our numbers, or as a Cat 2 woman, you have a chance to win money.
Yeah.
And so we're really, really
That's really
stoked
nice.
about that this year. Now, it's a unified start, so you will start the Cat 1 women. We'll start with behind the Cat 2 men, and you will start with the Cat 2 women. You will be scored for unified with the money, but you will be then scored separate for your Cat 2 categories.
Okay.
So remember,
the points will be separate, but the payout will be unified.
absolutely. So you still be
Well, there'll
qualifying.
actually be payout for Cat 2 women.
There'll be payout for the Cat 2 women. Well, the top 3 women who finish in
Whoever
that
it is,
Cat
yeah.
1, whoever you are, will get money. So we'll have a podium for the money, and then you'll have your separate podiums for your Cat 2, 19 to 39, 40 plus, and the Cat 1 podium. So there'll be 3 podiums in addition to the money.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool.
That's some good rule changes to be aware of.
Right. But I mean, that was really the only major one. The other one was I was going to talk about the shortened season, which we've already talked about.
Yeah, we already did that, yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to continue that because it seemed to work.
Cool. Well, what we'll do is we'll tag both of you when we post this online on YouTube and Facebook.
Perfect.
We can maybe even get it on the Tour de Dirt page so people could see it there, get it on there, right?
Yeah, we can.
So we'll get this video out there.
Brian
But again, if you have
Tremblay.
any questions, as you see this later on, just leave it in the comments below. We'll have them tagged. They'll personally message you and contact you. They're fantastic at following up. But thank you guys so much for being here today.
Very
and thank you
welcome.
for watching and hanging out with
Yes.
us here on the Bike Lab Weekend Update.
Go ride your bike.
Yeah. Thanks.